Hello everyone and welcome back for Into the Firestorm. Uriashi's knitted brow almost certainly spells trouble, namely for you. Ere we set out once more, might I ask if thou art familiar with the process by which rain is made to fall? Alright, let's go through it. Simple enough. The water evaporates through essentially the heat molecules interacting with the water molecules, goes up into the sky, upon which the temperature has went down, thereby it forms clouds which then precipitate, or something like that, along those lines. So what you're going to say basically is we need fire. It's an alien conspiracy! It certainly would not be beyond the Allagans to manipulate the weather. If such is thy suggestion. But it is of naturally occurring phenomena that I would speak. With the restoration of our first element, the empty was once more blessed with the most essential ingredient of the cycle of precipitation, water. Under normal circumstances, the heat existent in the atmosphere would cause water to evaporate from the land's surface. The invisible vapor, it is borne by the wind high unto the firmament, where it doth condenses as clouds before descending once more, returning to the land in the form of rain. That was close to what I said. It seems we need wind-aspected ether to create more clouds. That it hasn't rained yet must mean there aren't enough. And even before that, we need fire-aspected ether to make the water evaporate. It seems to me that one's not much good without the other. Why don't you just draw out both elements together? Easier said than done. You're suggesting that Alex find two deiform entities, each one as deadly as Ramoon, at the same time. Do you realize how absurd that is? And yet, 'tis a notion that doth warrant further consideration. Oh, you can't be serious! Cast your minds, if you will, to the elemental wheel I did show you in the bookman's shelves. Wind giveth rise to lightning, whose spark doth produce fire. By restoring both wind and fire in tandem, we may maintain balance between these dynamic elemental forces. The ensuing battle shall indubitably present an ordeal unlike any Alexander hath ever faced. I believe, however, that this path doth lead to the prize we seek. There's nothing stopping you from doing them one at a time, though. Let's be realistic. Oh, so perhaps it's not so absurd after all, eh, Thancred? I wouldn't dream of questioning Urianger's grasp of the science behind it. My concern is for the burden this will place not only on Alex, but Reen as well. What do you make of this plan? If Urianger thinks it'll work, I'm willing to give it a try. Punch, punch. As long as you know what you're letting yourselves in for. You're going to need all your strength, so see that you get plenty of rest. Gaia! I'd rather Reen keep her mind on our work here than worry about Gaia. Mind you, it might be better for them to clear the air before we go any further. I have selected a location in which wind and fire aspected ether lie dormant, though I shall wait until Reen has completed her preparations ere I dispense with the particulars. I can't stand all of this waiting around. Having grown up in Yulmore, I'm used to only living for the moment. We never had any reason to conceive ourselves with later, or tomorrow, the future, and so on. These things simply didn't matter. But after Lord Vorthree disappeared, and the night returned, everyone in Yulmore started thinking differently. I was only there for a short time with Thancred, and I couldn't believe how much it had changed. It was almost as though, under Lord Vorthree's rule, time had stopped moving altogether, and when it ended, life went back to how it was supposed to have been. They realized they had their whole lives ahead of them to make plans and look forward to a new day. It feels like I'm the only one who can't move on, as if I'm stuck in the past. What's worse, I can barely remember any of it. Even so, I can't stand the way they act as if the past never happened, choosing to forget it all. You just mentioned about, is it worth remembering? It seems Reen is reluctant to air her concerns. Were you to rally her spirits, she may become more willing to ask. It also says to talk. Yes, you're right. There's no use in trying to pilot Eden while I've got other things on my mind. It's about Gaia, you see. The truth is that, apart from Alicia and Alphino, I hardly know anyone my own age. I thought that I should make an effort to be nice to Gaia, but, well, you've seen how she is around me. I understand that she's got her own problems to deal with, but I thought that maybe I could help her in some way. It's not my place to intrude, and I should probably just leave her be until we've finished restoring the elements. After all, that's more important, isn't it? Let me talk to Gaia while you concentrate on the task at hand. Is what I would have said once upon a time. It seems to me that you're the one best qualified to take care of this little problem. I know she can be a bit prickly, to put it mildly, but if anyone can get through to her, it's you. Although we've only known her for a short while, we're all she's got, and I think she realizes that. Just let her know she's not alone, and she'll come around eventually. Alright, I'll give it a try. Do you have any advice? Thancred certainly has the gift of the gab. He'll know what to say. Rianji can talk the hind legs off a behemoth, why not ask him? Thancred, sure. I'm afraid that since arriving the first, I've had little time to mingle with any of the locals, and I haven't a clue what young women like Gaia would be interested in. Ah, the it's given me an idea. I'll start with some small talk and go from there. Actually, since before she even woke up, I've been asking Lena about what's popular in the Crystarium. I thought it might be nice to show Gaia around the place one day, you see. So that's what you were doing. I suppose it makes for a nice change of pace from all that studying. And I must commend thee on thy choice of confidant. The captain's powers of observation maketh her a veritable font of wisdom concerning the behaviour of the Crystarian citizenry. I nearly got that in one go. Yes, and now it's time to put that knowledge to good use. Don't let the fear of rejection hold you back. Persistence is the key. Speaking from experience by any chance? Whatever do you mean? Lessons learned from days spent in pursuit of ladies fair, one might suspect. You couldn't help yourself, could you? It's alright, Thancred. Your secret's safe with me. Ahem. May I remind you that the reason we're here is to create a better future for everyone in the First, which includes you and Gaia. While it might not be on the same scale as bringing life back to the empty, if you're able to befriend her, that will be another way of contributing to a brighter future. It says tomorrow. Why can't I read? So go on, she's waiting for you. Alright, wish me luck. Rain is ready to approach the decidedly unapproachable Gaia. You had best observe the conversation from within earshot. Yes, that's it, being nosy and eavesdrop. It's when Reen and I face our problems together that it truly feels like we're family. Or at least what I imagine it would be like. I suppose we both grew up without our birth parents to guide us. But I think we turned out rather well, given the circumstances. I wonder if this is the kind of bond that Phil Harmon shared with Minfilia. Thancred may have taken on the role of Reen's surrogate father, but I have of late become something of a mentor to her, though largely in instilling what knowledge I can of the ethereal sciences. A more attentive student thou shalt seldom find. She looks like she's got a lot in her mind. Maybe now's not such a good time. Instead of bothering me when I'm obviously not in the mood to talk, why don't you get back to work? Alright, eavesdropping it is. Or, as you say, back to work. What do you want? Nothing really. It can wait till later. For all we know, there might not even be a later. If you've got something to say, hurry up and spit it out. Is everything alright? Not feeling strange from being around Eden or anything? Is that what you came here to talk about? Actually, I wanted to ask you. Would you like to go and have a coffee biscuit with me? coffee biscuit. They serve them in the second serving in the Crystarium. Everyone's talking about them. So I thought that maybe once we're finished our work here, you and I could go there together. Let me get this straight. You came to talk to me about biscuits. Yes, they're light and crispy when you... they're light and crispy, and when you dip them in coffee, they go all nice and squidgy. The only reason you're even interested in that in the first place is because everyone else is doing it. Can't you think for yourself? I do what I want and when I want. After all, the world could end at any moment. That's not going to happen. Not if I've got anything to do with it. Listen, Gaia, I understand what you're going through. Believe me, I do. But you mustn't lose hope. A new day will come. Then another and another. Life's not so bad if you give it a chance. You'll see. Shut up. You think you know me? Even I don't know who I am. Until I find the truth, I'll never be free. Then we'll find it together. I've seen enough pain, enough loss, and I don't want to see any more. And that includes you, Gaia. Why do you care so much about other people? What have they ever done for you? I'm sure you haven't forgotten how we Humorians treated you. The precious Oracle of Light, like a bird in a cage. And yet you act as if none of that ever happened. So forgiving, so selfless. You and your family brought back the night sky, and you finally had the chance to lead a normal life. But instead, you're flying around in a giant sin-eater, trying to turn a barren wasteland into some sort of paradise. And for what? I may not remember much of my past, but I'm fairly certain I've never heard of anything so ridiculous. Out of morbid curiosity, I'll see it through to the end. But if you think that makes us friends, you are very much mistaken. Gaia! I surmise that to keep Gaia waiting over long would only agitate her further. I mean, I can say the whole thing. It's a bit weird. Why was there another set of footprints? Anyhow, yeah, the whole thing is like the present versus the future, and it's like we've had 100 years of horror. Why not 100 years of peace and positivity? Rain's looking a bit down in the doldrums, but you let me worry about that. You can't allow anything to interfere with whatever goes on in your mind with summoning those primals. Not you as well. Look, I've had enough small talk to last me a lifetime, so don't even bother. I believe you have a job to do, yes? Then be quick about it. I think we've both rested for long enough. Let's get started, shall we? I hope it all goes according to plan. To defeat the deiform manifestations of both wind and fire shall require every last mote of thy strength. That thou, as previously triumphed over such beings in previous encounters, should be at the forefront of thy mind as we commence the summoning. Where are we going this time, Urianger? The place is called Ashfall. Or rather, the place called Ashfall doth satisfy our requirements, I believe. Fables speak of travellers sweltering beneath the blazing heat of the midday sun, whilst after nightfall, slicing winds did tear at their cloaks. I see. Hopefully it won't be quite that bad when I draw out the elements. Then, my dear, may I remind thee that to focus is not the same as to deny other thoughts. Whatsoever it is that troubleth thee, thou wouldst be better for acknowledging it. Yes, you're right, of course. It's Gaia that I'm worried about. That is well. May thy concern for her lend thee yet more strength. It's time. I'll begin drawing out wind and fire in equal measure. Alex, we'll only get one chance at this, so let's make it count. Memories of Garuda and Ifrit rage through your mind. Wait a minute. No, that's the wrong Garuda. No! Oh no! Wrong Ifrit too. Eden's Gate Fervor, now accessible. How long has it been since our encounter with Ifrit and his Amal Shah followers? Quite a long time. If we summon two primals at once, maybe they'll fight each other? That way you'll only need to beat the one left standing. But I suppose it defeats the purpose of it if you don't take them both down at the same time. My studies indicate that no equivalent of Garuda's servants, the Ixal, are present here on the first. My hypothesis as to the reason why can perhaps wait till another time. I mean, I actually know the actual answer. It's because the Ixals, or the Ixalan, I think it was, were created by the Allegans. And they wouldn't exist on this planet. Or this shard, I suppose. That's the actual answer why there would be no Ixali or Ixal or whatever. I wonder what sort of hellish beasts you've conjured up this time. Oh my dear, you're in for a treat. According to Urianger, the elements of fire and wind must be restored simultaneously to successfully complete the cycle of rainfall and evaporation. Unfortunately for you, this equates to facing the combined might of a pair of raging primals. Eden's Gate Fervor. I didn't even get a chance to read that. So, yeah, that's good. No waiting for me. Novarant, Eden's Gate Fervor.
It worked! Both wind and fire have answered the call. Green, are you alright?
Hereditors of Fury, Garuda and Ifrit. Garuda, pretty accurate. Ifrit, why are you so sexy?
Such lowly creatures, I shall not suffer them to live, and I shall not suffer thee to fail, Garuda. insolent worms! They dare defy me! A pitiful display. Stand aside. These mortals are not so easily bested. No more games. We face them together. Impossible! From where doth this strength spring? Join me, Ifrit! By raging wind and engulfing flame, you're born anew! I am Raktapaxa! He who soareth on wings of crimson! May howling winds feed the flame! Thou shalt defy me no more!
Very active, still very fun. That I enjoyed that one, but boy did I have to think. I don't like doing that thinking thing. It's bad for you. For a moment, I thought Reen had lost control of the ether. Luckily, we managed to avoid any major disasters, from what I could tell. Combining the contrasting powers of different primals. That seems an awful lot like the ultimate weapon. In any case, I'm pleased to see that you were as successful here as you were at the Praetorium. That two such ferocious beings should meld into a single entity is frightful indeed. Further research must needs be performed to fully comprehend this unexpected phenomenon. That was incredible! I never imagined they would fuse together like that, but you took them down all the same. I suppose the main thing is that we're now 2 elements closer to restoring the ether of the empty. Let's go and see what difference it's made. More spell speed. Yay! It actually worked, just like Urianger said it would. Everything we could have hoped for. Indeed, our endeavours have been repaid manifold. I wonder what will happen when we restore ice. Is something the matter? One more element, and then what? You'll have achieved the impossible, while I'll still be nothing. No memories, no past, no family, nothing. Instead of looking back, look forward. I know that that's the theme, but still. The world has moved on and left me behind. Anyone who ever knew me is either dead or gone. So, Almighty Eden, you can mend the broken world, but can you restore one girl's memories? Give me back my life, damn you! I still hunger. Ah! Extinguish the accursed light. Awaken our true power. Enough riddles. Tell me who I am. You are... I am... Gaia. Gaia. Gaia, what's wrong? Reclaim your memories. Fulfill your destiny. I don't understand. Gaia, can you hear me? Get away from me! amidst the sound of falling rain, your voice called from within. Long after the rain passed, your voice echoed on. Most intriguing. Oh, just get it over with, would you? Poor Gaia. If the fairy lives inside her, why would it let her suffer like this? I wish there was something we could do to help. Pray be on thy guard, my friend. Gaia may yet relinquish control to the voice within. Foreshadowing at all? Heart of Darkness! So, with that was a really cool fight. I enjoyed that one. Even though it was a tad chaotic. But yes, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!